Buka umur. Guys, persiapkan sampai. Woi, ini ada apa ya? Siapa yang sudah ada? Andi, Aji, Sol.
Your skills in battle. Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining. He relies entirely on the element of. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of, please save your thanks. If anything, I should be. The world is a truly mysterious.
You seem kind of obsessed with vision.
I desire to know what meaning visions have to the gods, and what influences the gods' decision to grant my apologies for allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways. So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, a vision hunt decree is currently underway in Inazuma. Visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted in the outset. Supposing each of, not to mention,
She sounds.
as far as I know, Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well these days.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, we will change. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. Ah, the time for your match.
Oh, right. We got so.
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together. Very well. Let's go.
Why isn't he here yet? Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! Your attention! We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash. We've seen many exciting battles today, and now at long last, the two finalists have emerged. Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. He strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of his name.
Wow!
I've been waiting for this.
I'm sure everyone witnessed him, but today's final round will. As for our other combatant, come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just forfeit for not showing up like an. Apologies, everyone, just sit tight. We've got no other choice. If he doesn't show up, we'll just have to postpone the match.
Wait a moment. Something doesn't seem... Captain Beto, perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler, come with us.
Let me see. That's gone all right.
Huh? Did somebody steal it? Who would dare do such a thing and bribe?
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that some...
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature. The culprit has only acted. The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain.
Well, if you insist. I'll leave them. I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation.
If you would, please come with me.
But we're on an island.
Come with me. I can sense the winds are coming.
A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the prize in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen. The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Có này rồi. Có bánh bộ cây sợi. Để chơi mà, ta nghe đây để chơi mà.
The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario. The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
Disappear!
Have a little taste. You're open. Picked the wrong test subject.
caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway, and still...
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? Oh, drat! If I only had a vision. Or, if I could activate this one, then you'd never be able to catch me.
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled at vanishing from a crowd, but it seems you know precious little about how to conceal yourself from nature's gaze. Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand heist. Namely,
You...
But most disappointing of all is the state of the vision in your... It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire.
Fine! I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to...
Aha! So you were supposed to be our opponent.
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. But then you showed. After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision so easily after coming all this way. Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention was on you and Beto. I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow, after all I went through to get it, I think not. Really? Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't act...
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing...
Huh? You're not serious.
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and you damaged the reputation of the It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief.
Whoa, we don't need to go that far, do we?
I never would have guessed you could be so... If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll risk a fight.
Ha-ha! Wind blade! With the wind! Just you watch!
No! Do what you want, but please, don't break...
He has persevered to the bitter end. And now death loop. Put down the vision and leave. I've changed my mind.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you asking for more? It's up to you. Such willingness is commendable.
No need for that.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it. Were you just trying to scare him?
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision remained in his head. When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. I thought, but unfortunately, nothing happened. Yes, I wanted to know whether it were possible. From the moment he stole the vision, I decided to use him for this experiment. I've tried many other methods in the past, though few tales tell of a masterless vision reawakening. After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try?
The vision...
I see. So you are... No matter. This was expected. I suppose this vision is...
Yeah, what's the story behind this vision anyway?
The story begins with an old friend. He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is always be those to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her idea of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place,
Oke, semangat
heard
selalu.
that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel for the throne.
Terus dia sini mana nyetrum, Bu? Ini nyetrum, Bu. Hah? Nyetrum ini. Kamu kamera. Mundur ini. Enggak, boleh
Brutal
tambah.
challenge. The defeated face defined
Jadi gua
victor in a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was truly desired after all. When I arrived at Tenchukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless. But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the
Kazuha!
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then, it's time we returned. Allow me to gather the wind for us once more.
Huh? Did Beta leave already? Maybe she went back to her ship.
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady Ningguang. It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted her attention. Captain Beidou was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
It's not unusual.
But still, Captain Beidou was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion. She had been looking forward to...
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea of stealing them. In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut conclusion.
Huh? So that's what happened? If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified.
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like this.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given.
Yes, I believe so. Though Captain Beidou is no longer present here, I'll be sure she receives word of it. But the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued by a perpetual... In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's...
Hold on a second. You're saying she can change the weather just with the power of her mind?
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by casting down his stone spears, then it should come as no great surprise that the Raiden Shogun is capable of summoning an eternal tempest. Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. You will be notified once all the preparations. In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will travel all across the vast lands of Liyue.
Paimon believes you'll find a way for
Thank you. One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the... Ad Astra Abyssosque. What can I do for you, Trop? Ah, yes. I've heard that you've already made arrangements with... Now that I think about it, it's been quite some time since I last visited those lands. Unfortunately, I don't have any current intel that would be worth sharing with you.
There you are. You're the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right? Oh, is that right? Well, the fleet is nearly completed reprovisioning. Once the crews have taken ahead, Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're aboard.
Seems Beidou is the captain of her word.
Of course. There are many...
So you'll be heading off then? I suppose whether the journey before you leads to the heights of the heavens or the depths of the abyss, each step you take until we meet again. Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Oh, it's kinda hard to...
Well, if that's how you feel, why not come and find me when you arrive?
So there's another Catherine in Inazuma? See?
Well, I guess it's time for you to bid farewell to Liyue Harbor. Now,
Okay, thanks for coming on.
just following orders. I'll see you two aboard the Alcor.
Ah, you finally made it. All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux fleet has never suffered a delay. Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. The crew have just finished... Well, now that everyone... We set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest.
Anchors away!
Oh, hi there. So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say...
You can blame your almighty shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've got.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see...
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. It seems even the stormy seas can't keep...
Oh, it's sure.
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer around these. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you, I'll be sure...
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along.
Good. Then if it's all...
Oh, right. Kazuha.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter...
Fair seas, Captain Beto. Bye-bye.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on...
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku decree. You wouldn't be... So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. Oh, except you, Toma. You must be new here. Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry for purely personal reasons. So, unless you have a valid reason... My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are their entry papers, for your kind perusal.
What? Take your time. No rush.
I just wanted to see what you'd say. Sorry about that.
I see. Okay. Your papers are all in order. Welcome to...
So, where do we go?
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito, there's a process you have to go through with them.
Sheesh. So it is?
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, people, as the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma with the Sakoku decree, and not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affair. Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
A Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want to apply for residency?
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be...
2 million? For a processing fee?
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total. Don't worry.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math.
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine. I think you'll find I'm...
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it...
Thank you ever so much, Miss... But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 Mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner, too.
That's not how you haggle. By all means, bargain the price down, but...
All right, then. As you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make a
Much...
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here.
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. The processing fee is just... The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money. So it becomes a question of how much they can make. So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for resident...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth.
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this close nation era, there's very little that can be done. The most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association?
Yep. And as well as essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outlanders, it's certainly a lofty aspect. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all. I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch?
And is that like...
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun.
Really? Wow, the riddle fits it.
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, connections come at a high price, you understand?
Not you too.
No. In this instance, when I say price, in fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help. I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own...
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man.
Why do I get the feeling you're making me up? Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, recently things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and... The head of the association is called Carisio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait for you here.
Why in the world can't I use my permit? Please have your documents and proof of identification ready. Enjoy the blessing of Lesser Lord Kusanagi. I'd like the blessing now to represent all.
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. Ah, good. That's a relief.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties lately.
Yes. Left, right, and center. Obstacles at every turn.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity. But in it... No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants dry, those Mora grubbers from the Kanjo Commission.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees everything on Rito, isn't it?
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable regulation. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay.
Crystal man.
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either. Until eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya in his youth. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this crystal mare. But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising demand for crystal... Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. We can't get up...
Isn't that what they...
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy from them because the tax decree for... It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. We've tried communicating, but this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will never be heard over the... Fontaine, my dear homeland.
Sounds awful. They're really bleeding them. What do you think we should do? But Carisu's the head of the association, and even he hasn't had any luck.
Right, and besides...
Okay, well, we could try tackling the...
That vendor. I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us.
Well,
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not affiliated with the association, and you're new to... If I remember correctly...
got it! We're on the case!
Which should I choose?
I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals? So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sources, I might as well... Trade secret. Got it? You know what trade and secret mean?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here. Carisu and his... They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable. Not by a single...
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here. Go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place. And they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't for me, they'd be in...
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea. Let's ship the...
That was quick. You resolved it already?
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is... Oh, that guy? He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by. But he seems to... I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
Huh. You're saying he used to be a member of the International Trade Association?
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito. The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members found it increasingly difficult to make ends meet.
So he left the association and turned his back to...
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most
Really? Is that all you need to know?
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with him.
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about
Mondstadt?
Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember the last time I was there. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back. Oh, my hometown. The home of freedom. How...
It's working!
So, huh? What is this? What are you up to now?
Just close your eyes already!
You mean the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern right. Oh.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he really does miss Leo.
Leo. Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the voice of my hometown. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and slip away. Don't you think I've...
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. But I couldn't do it. I'm not strong, so I caved. Those people... All right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it any...
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now it's time. So come on, get it off your chest. What?
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru. Keijiro and his companions. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny evidence. You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same place. It's always made... As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went if you want.
Really? Well, then there's...
Keijiro! It's him!
After him!
It's not like I'll get any customers. Which one should I choose? How boring. Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Real.
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the trade association clique still needs to be brought into line.
Should I close? It's getting further and further away! Let's catch up!
What was that sound?
Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we made less noise.
Keijiro! It's him!
After him! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
Come out, I can see you. Who are you? Why are you following me?
Uh-oh! Seems like he's noticed us.
Which one should I choose? Sorry.
Keijiro! It's...
After him!
It's not like I'll get any customers.
Enjoy the blessing of Lesser Lord Kusanali. A nation blessing now 10% off.
Love your freedom. Which one should I choose?
At all.
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Huh? Where'd he go? He was right there a moment ago. Seems he disappeared in a blink of an eye. If only we made less noise.
Keijiro!
After him!
Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Of Lesser Lord Kusanali. A nation blessing now 10% off.
How boring.
Inazuma's cooking.
Love your freedom.
I'm not used to it
Which
at
one
all.
should I choose? Sorry.
Ryoko, how's business?
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earn plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind on...
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little!
What was that sound?
Shh! Quiet! Don't let him find us!
Must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little!
Keijiro! It's him!
After him!
It's not like I'll get any customers. Love or freedom? Which one should I choose?
If you want to taste confident, great wine, then look no further.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
It's not like I'll get any customers.
All the better thanks to your generous patronage.
Good. Thankfully, I earned plenty these days.
Oh, but of course, tax collection is difficult work.
Now, who else is behind on payments? Let me think. Yes, the trade association clique still needs to be brought into line.
Should I close her? It's not like I'll get
What was that sound?
Quiet! Don't let him find us!
Must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
What could he be doing at a place like this?
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? Whoa, it's a ledger. Boring. Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here.
Let me take a look here. Ah, yes! This is what we're looking for. A clear and complete record of every single transaction.
Great! Well, now we have our hard evidence.
I'll...
Huh? You aren't gonna come with us?
I need a little more time before I'm ready to face the head of the association.
Huh. Poor Werner's a pretty awkward guy.
Should I close her? It's not like I'll get
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing left for us to do but starve.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. And who are you? Another new...
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal marrow to sell it right...
Huh? Is this true?
You've been swindling us. Well, you see,
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? Every payment the association has made is right here in your personal... So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some explaining to do. How shall...
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious that I'm merely trying to earn a modest living for myself, like anyone.
Word has it that samurai in the commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure commission members won't blame you once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatened?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an illustrious gentleman such as your...
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do about it?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could finally have some more breathing room.
Is that it?
Oh, do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden? Fine. In that case, I'll send it over to you.
And not even an ounce of shame for his act.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my lot?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off so easily.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree? Ah, Chief, you've arrived. What was all the commotion I heard just now? Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a helping
hand? The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our...
Oh, and you dare to utter the commissioner's name. You outlanders have no respect. Seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute back at headquarters.
Uh-oh. This is going in a bad direction.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a dispute to resolve, let's get a drink and talk it over.
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind would I join you?
Ha! You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.